Ndewonu. Ana m anabata mmadụ niile. Ndewonu. Maazị ka a na-ayọ ekelekwa m gị. Ndewokwanụ. Okay. Oge ahụ erukwala ọzọ. We're here again. All right. All right. Welcome. Ndewonu. Living Hope 526. Ya dịrị ụmụ Igbo niile na mma. Ndewonu. Aha. Ebe ọbụla ị nọ, ị na-abata ịbụrụ nwa afọ Igbo. Biko kesara anyị ihe ọmụmụ nke ụbọchị taa, nkụzi nke ụbọchị taa. Mee ka ụmụ Igbo ndị ọzọ mara na anyị abịago. Ihe ọzọ ị ga-emere anyị bụ imetụrụ anyị aka n'akara ịhụnanya. Igbo ka anyị na-amụ ebe a. Ọ bụrụ na taa bụ nke mbụ ị na-eso abịa nkụzi a, aga m agwa gị na ị gaghị agba aka wee laa. Ezigbote ihe ọmụmụ ka anyị na-eme ebe a. Ndewonu. I greet you all. I welcome you all, both Igbo and non-Igbo people that are joining me in today's class. First of all, if you bumped into this class and you stayed back, that means you have interest in Igbo. You are either directly or indirectly affiliated with the Igbo community. Then this is the right place for you. So this is a place to be at this time. In that case, we request, as you join, please share the live with your contacts. And while you do, also start tapping on the screen for us, especially if you are on TikTok and those on YouTube as well. So ana m anabata unu. Adobe Kedo Esomchi Ife Sina Dalono Miss Bogohood. Ana m anabata unu niile. Those that are joining early, Rosemary, I see you all. Right. And is that Maziani Ndewo? Is that Maziani? Yeah, Dalukwa O. All right. So you are lucky, you are fortunate to be joining early. Henry Mbakwe. And I found out that many of these people I called today, this is probably your first time. If today is your first time of joining this class and you are here early, or I've mentioned your name, please give me thumbs up. Give me thumbs up. Let the community know. Equa TV, you are all welcome. If you are here for the first time, let me know. Okerika Lorax, Dalono, Useku Foods, Anamekelegi. I welcome you all. You're here for the first time. Thumbs up. Henry Mbakwe Ndewo. Okerika Ndewo. Okerika ama m na taa bụ nke mbụ ị na-abịa ebe a. Ejima, daalụ. Ọ bụrụ na taa bụ nke mbụ ị na-abịa na nkụzi a, mee ka mara, just weliere m aka gị elu, mee ka mara. Those joining on TikTok, I'm referring to you all. This is Igbo Literacy Project brought to you by Omenka App. Omenka App is an organization, a movement that is poised at preserving Igbo language and culture. This is one of our ways of preserving the language and preserving the culture, preserving the identity of Igbo. Ị bụrụ nwa afọ Igbo, ị batara ebe a taa nke mbụ, ihe ọma kpọrọ gị. Ihe anyị na-eme ebe a bụ ịkụzi asụsụ Igbo na omenala dịka o si gbasa anyị na ụmụnne anyị ndị ọzọ ndị hụrụ Igbo n'anya, nke bụ na ụfọdụ n'ime ha bụ ndị a lụrụ n'ala Igbo, nwoke Igbo na-alụ ha, ma ọ bụ ndị ji ụzọ ọzọ, ndị nwere enyi ndị Igbo, ma ọ bụ ụzọ ọzọ ha siri bụrụ ndị anyị na ha na-emekọrịta ihe. So we welcome everyone, and this class is primarily for those that are learning Igbo, that have interest in learning Igbo, how to speak and how to write. How to speak and how to write. Then this class is also for the teachers of Igbo language. So every Monday we are here to talk, to teach, to discuss a topic. And the topics that we touch on are the topics that touch on daily grammar, daily activities with the language. So for those that are here for the first time, you are welcome. You are at the right place. Naanị otu onye ka m hụgoro aka ya amongst those that are joining the class for the first time. Again, I am requesting, if you are here for the first time, kindly give thumbs up to us so that we welcome you. I see a lot of names that are joining for the first time. So if today is your first time, Benny Digital, Russell African Store, Tabu Mbo Inabata ebe a, Okerika Lorax, Ndewo, I request you to raise your hand or give us thumbs up. Bint Mark, ana m ahụ unu niile, daalụkwanụ, ndewo. Ana m ekele ndị niile na-emetụrụ anyị aka n'akara ịhụnanya. So far, those that are liking and sharing the class. And we will start today's conversation in the next few minutes. By way of introduction, the topic I'm teaching today is Nsokwunye Na Mgbakwunye, and I intend to conclude on the first part, which is Nsokwunye. G-word footwear. How are you? You're welcome. Daalụ. Ihe anyị na-ekele n'ala Igbo bụ ndewo, daalụ, nnọọ. Anyị na-asịkwa kedu. These are the ways we greet. Ya bụ na n'ụbọchị taa agaje m ịgba mbọ. Vanessa, how are you? It's good to see you again. Agaje m ịgba mbọ ka m nwee ike ịchịkọta akụkụ nke mbụ nke isiokwu anyị na-amụ mbụ Nsokwunye na Mgbakwunye. Agaje m ịchịkọta ihe gbasara Nsokwunye taa, gbalịa banyezie na Mgbakwunye. We're gonna conclude the first part. Ezinne, Nick, aha gị ọ bụ Ezinne? John, how are you? Kedu? No. Mokta Diop, I welcome you all. All right, our class is catching up. People are joining. A lot of new and first timers. So it's interesting to have you. It's very, very. Na YouTube, ana m ahụ naanị Maazị Nnamdi. Kedu onye ọzọ joinere anyị sonyere anyị na YouTube? Please let me know. Mee ka m mara. Those that are joining us on YouTube, Maazị Nnamdi na onye na-ebe ahụ. All right, Favor, daalụ. Okay, anyị ga-aga n'ihu ugbu a. We would kick it off without a waste of any further time. Keep tapping on the screen, keep liking, keep sharing. If you have a gift, do not hesitate. I welcome you all that are joining. All right, we are started. Useful phrases. Taa anyị na-ebido site n'ide ụbọchị ihe ụbọchị bụ. We start our class by writing or reminding ourselves what the date is. So today's date is the 27th, right? 27th. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Ọ na-abụ anyị dee ya na Bekee, anyị dezie ya n'Igbo ka esi ede ụbọchị n'Igbo. When we write it in English, we also write it in Igbo, how we write dates in Igbo. So that if it is your first time of joining, if there's nothing else you would learn, you would learn how to write the date in Igbo language. Odogwu Billions, Kedo, Ndewo, Texas, all of you joining. Brice Brat, I welcome you all. Dalono. Oh yeah, make Amara means let me know. Yes, Okerika. I was asking those that are joining for the first time to give thumbs up for us to know that they are here for the first time. More people join every day. Jay, my sister, how are you? You are welcome. Damian F. Ayua, you're welcome. I recognize you all. As you join, let the family know that you are here, and then please start tapping on the screen for us. The things we have today to learn, the things we have prepared for today's class, they are very, very deep. So as we want to conclude on Nsokwunye and then head on to Mgbakwunye, we're going to do that. Right, let's write today's date. Tabo. Today is Abale iri abụọ na asaa n'ọnwa anọ n'afọ puku abụọ iri abụọ na isii. Unu kọrọ m aka biko kwanụnụ. Please clap for me. All right. Taa bụ abalị iri abụọ na asaa. That is 27. 27. Cubana, Kedo, Dalo, you're welcome. Thanks for coming in and liking. Today is your first time. Tabu mboye na abia iwe bata na emetụrụ ya aka n'akara ịhụnanya. Chukwu gọzie gị Cubana, gaa n'ihu. Oh. Abalị iri abụọ na asaa n'ọnwa anọ n'afọ puku abụọ iri abụọ na isii. N'ọnwa anọ n'afọ puku abụọ iri abụọ na isii. Today is the 27th of the 4th month, 27th day of the 4th month in the year 2026. 2026. Ya ka anyị dere ebe ahụ. That is how we write today's date in Igbo. So, ọ bụrụ na taa bụ mbụ ị na-esonye ihe ọmụmụ anyị na-ede ụbọchị. We write the date in English. Anyị wee dekwuo ya n'Igbo. Ndewonu. Jasper, kedu? For those of you who are Igbo, but your name is not Igbo on TikTok, please, I would like to know your name. Jasper, Ebunwafu Igbo, what is your Igbo name? If you join, in addition to tapping on the screen for us, sharing the live, what is your Igbo name? Shelly Bright, Ndewo. Right, this is Igbo Literacy Project. Nlota Kedo. And it is brought to you by Omenka app. All right, Nick, aha gị bụ Ezinne, Ndewo. Ya dere gị na mma. Oh, right. We are here for those of you who are Igbo sons and daughters. You are growing up overseas, or you are a parent of Igbo children, and you know that your children do not speak Igbo or do not understand Igbo very well. This is a place to learn. This is one of the rightest places to learn. Ndewono, Emmanuel Okpai, Anamanabatu Nile. Keep tapping on the screen for us. Chukwugozi Nile. Right. We have concluded on the date. Ayedele ihe ụbọchị taa bụ n'Igbo. Thank you, my brother Kanayo. It's good to have you in the class. Ndewo, ya dere gị na mma. Ya dere gị na mma. Daalụ. Okay, ayedele ihe ụbọchị taa bụ. We have concluded on that. Right. Iji chetara anyị kamgbe izu abụọ gara aga, anyị na-eleba anya ihe bụ nsokwunye n'Igbo. We have been looking at what eclectic means. Ndewo, hurt no one, and everybody, please do not hurt anyone. Ya dere gị na mma. O Chukwu gọzie gị. Anyị nọ na-eleba anya ihe bụ nsokwunye, eclectic. The meaning of the word is not in the name of it. No. Ihe ọ pụtara bụ ihe ọ na-arụ. Ihe anyị na-akọwa wee bụrụ na nsokwunye bụ ụmụ irighiri okwu ndị a na-etinye n'mkpụrụ okwu ma ọ bụ n'ahịrịokwu, ha wee mee ka anyị nwee nghọta bara pụrụ uru n'ahịrịokwu ahụ. They add color to the sentence. For the past 2 weeks, we've been looking at how clitics function in Igbo. Ọmụmaatụ anyị na-enye wee bụrụ nke anyị ji Obi, onye anyị maara dịka onye na-aga ahịa, wee na-enye ihe ndị ya na ezinụlọ ya na-ekwu ka e nwere ike iji tinye nsokwunye. Anyị wee hụ nsokwunye nụ. Anyị wee hụ nsokwunye nụ. Anyị hụkwara kwa. Anyị hụkwara kwanụ. Anyị ahụkwala tụ. Anyị hụkwara tụgodu. Enwere ọzọ anyị rụtụgoro aka. Ndị a ka m na-echeta. We've seen some of these examples and how they are being used in different sentences, right? There's a statement I made in the last week when we say Obi telling the father, Yenum ego. as opposed to nyem ego. Give me money, and could you give me money? or or you've not given me money, I put there, ellipsis, because that could be something that could have something following. Okay, so I was saying in an instance like this that I said it was not going to be grammatically tunu. Okay, tunu, right? Thank you. We also saw tunu. So I said that it was not going to be grammatically appropriate for Obi to say to the father nyemego, when in this instance he was supposed to say nyenumego. The correct thing I intended to say was it was not going to be culturally appropriate. Wada Salid, Alu, you're welcome. So clitics, much of their function impact on the cultural nuances of the language. N'asụsụ Igbo, nsokwunye ọrụ ya na-emetụkarị aka na ihe gbasara ihe ndị ọzọ a na-ekwu n'okwu mana anaghị etinye ha n'ahịrịokwu. Nghọta na-esi n'okwu nke sitere n'omenala. Nwafọ Igbo ọbụla nọ ebe a, ka m kwugharịa ya ka ị wee ghọta ya. Mgbe anyị na-ekwu okwu nsokwunye, ọrụ ya na-emetụkarị aka n'ihe gbasara nghọta na-esi na omenala dị n'asụsụ. That's another better way of saying it. The importance of the application, employment of clitics in your expression brings more of the cultural nuances to the language. Okay? All right. Mechilin Wankwo Kedo, Dalo, Rachel, I welcome you all. So it is grammatically correct for Obi to say to the father Nyemego in the instance, in the situation, in the picture we painted. It would have been grammatically correct, but it wouldn't have been culturally appropriate. That's the emphasis we wanted to lay there. Culturally appropriateness of language is as important to the language as the grammatical appropriateness of that language. I will say it again. The cultural appropriateness of the language and the expressions we make in a language is as important as the grammatical appropriateness of the expressions we make in that same language. Mgbe anyị na-ekwu okwu na-asụ asụsụ, ihe anyị na-ekwu nke ekwesịrị ịdaba ka esi ekwu ya na omenala ya na asụsụ ahụ so dị mkpa, dị oke mkpa, mkpa ọ dị na mkpa ime ka okwu gị bụrụ nke dabara na ụtọ asụsụ ahụ ya na ya nwee nke ka ibe ya. Ọ dị ezigbote mkpa. You cannot make a grammatically appropriate expression that doesn't fit into the cultural appropriateness of that language, and you will go scot-free of committing some offense, some errors in the language. What that means is that the users and speakers of that language expect a person who is using the language to be as grammatical appropriate, grammatical correct, as culturally correct. They expect a person who is using the language to be as grammatically correct as they are supposed to be culturally correct, and the other way around. So when we are putting feelings in our expressions in a language using clitics, dịka anyị na-ahụ ya n'ọmụmaatụ ndị anyị nyegoro, mgbe anyị na-etinye nsokwunye n'okwu, o wee na-ewetara anyị, na-echetara anyị ihe gbasara ikwu okwu dabara adaba, dabara ka omenala siri dị. Anyị na-ama na asụsụ ahụ anyị na-eji ekwu okwu na omenala ya so. Ndewo omenka, Chidi, Onyalo, unu niile ana m anabata unu. Carlos Dia, Dalokwano, Destin Bay, Nonu, Chukwu gozie unu. As you are coming in, for those that don't understand Igbo so much, this is Igbo Literacy Project brought to you by Omenka app, the organization that is focused on the preservation of Igbo language and culture. What we are doing here today and every Monday is to educate Igbo sons and daughters and other people who are affiliated with Igbo language and culture. We are bringing back our Igbo identity to our face, telling ourselves the importance of getting enculturated and reinculturated in our language and identity. It is as important as living a life itself. Yawa mere anyị ji na-ekele unu na-anabata unu. I'm Igbo marrying an American and would love to teach it. Ndewo, amaghị m aha gị. This is the person that said that. Biko mee ka anyị mara aha gị. Kindly let me know your name, okay? I welcome you. So every Igbo son and daughter, if you are running into us for the first time, you are at the right place. Ekwi, ndewo o, ndewo. NX, dalo. I welcome you all. Nonso Ikeja, ndewo no. Namjo, thank you. All right. So far, I am Matagona. Nsokwunye clitics. Ihe ọ na-arụ, ọrụ ọ na-arụ bụ itinye ihe gbasara nghọta omenala n'asụsụ. We have established that the clitics, their job, the work of clitics is to expand the nuances of culture, to expand the cultural nuances that go with the language. And the last thing I said is that you cannot run away from observing the cultural nuances of a language. Even when something is not said, Omenka Motos, Chukwu gozie gị, oh, dalo. Even when a thing is just gesticulated, thank you. God bless you, brother. Chukwu gozie gị. Ya dịrị gị na mma, ndewo, oh. Biko n'okoporo Omenka Motos aka, ọ na-enye onyinye pụrụ iche iji na-akwado ihe anyị na-akụzi ebe a. Mụ sokwa ya. Omenka Motos nyere anyị TikTok symbol up to 100. God bless you, Omenka Motos. God bless you. Biko unu kụtụrụ ya aka, o unu si ya na ọ gbalịala, unu sorokwa ya na akaụntụ ya. All right. Thank you so much. Right. So ọ bụ na anyị buru n'uche na okwu anyị na-ekwu n'ime asụsụ anyị na-asụ ya na omenala ya so aga, anyị agaghị ekwu okwu ọbụla otu o si sọ anyị. Ndị Igbo na-asị tupu gị kwuo okwu na gị taa ire gị eze. And Igbo people are a people that do well so much in proverbial expressions. Oh my God. We love proverbs so much. We love using it a lot, especially when you are an elderly person. Oh, and you really grew up in the land and you really know the use of your language, figurative expressions are part of the way you speak. Most elderly people don't necessarily, thank you Usekwu Foods for following Omenka Botos, we don't necessarily speak plain when you have a mastery of your language. Igbo na-asị ichi ikwu okwu na gị taa ire gị eze, literally meaning you should bite your tongue with your teeth before you speak. And what that means is you should think what you want to say, the appropriateness of the physical and cultural environment before you say it. What that means is you should think about, who is my audience? Who am I speaking to? Is it the audience of elderly people, or audience of my peers, or the audience of my younger people? What is the environment? And is the environment is it environment where people are happy, celebrating? Is it a funeral? Is it a sorrowful environment? So ihe ọbụla ị na-achọ ikwu, ị ga-agba mbọ chee mpụtara ya, nghọta ya ga-esitere na omenala. Okwu ahụ ị na-achọ ikwu ọ bụ ihe kwesịrị gị okwukwu? Ị chọrọ ikwu okwu ka ọnụ gị? Igbo na-asị ekwule okwu ka ọnụ, nwa nke a na-ekwu okwu ka ọnụ ya. That you're speaking, you're using expressions bigger, more advanced than your age. What that means is that what you're saying is more advanced and inappropriate, one way for you to use. Ihe a bụ ụfọdụ ihe anyị na-ahụta mgbe anyị na-eji nsokwunye ekwu okwu, mgbe anyị na-ewebata nsokwunye na-eji ya ekwu okwu anyị na-ekwu. There is appropriateness, cultural appropriateness in English, but I cannot imagine equating the cultural appropriateness or cultural implication of Igbo into Igbo language compared to how it implies in English language. Because Igbo people speak deep. Anyị bụ ndị na-esite na omimi ekwu okwu. And again, especially when you have a mastery of your language. Anyị bụ ndị na-esite na omimi. Anyị na-ekwu okwu dị omimi. Ijeọma ndewo o, daalụ Chukwu gọzie gị. This is your first time joining today and you are given a gift. God bless you. Chukwu gọzie gị. Right. Anyị na-anabata mmadụ niile na-abata dịka m na-ekwu okwu. The class is, increasing. I see a lot of very new people that are joining. And please, two things you will do. The most important, if you are here and you think that this class is useful to you, know that it's useful to the other Igbo friend of yours, sister, brother, you know that needs this class. Share this content with them. Let them join this class now, or at least have an idea of it to join next time. Number two, help us to improve the algorithm of this class on its own by tapping on the screen, liking, if you can, give a gift. The more we improve the algorithm, both on YouTube and on TikTok, the class will continue to attract more people that are supposed to be here. Ihe a bụ ọrụ nke anyị na-arụ iji mee ka iji hụ na anyị chekwara asụsụ Igbo. Igbo agaghị anwụ n'ihu anyị. This is our own vow. Igbo language will not die in our own generation. It is handed down to us by our ancestors. We have to keep it. We have to grow it. We have to make sure it is continued next to the next generation. Ndewo Ijeọma. Ndewo ya dere gị na mma. Razo Nova. Ka m na-ahụ onye m ego, ana m na asụsụ Igbo ezuola. Ama m na asụsụ Igbo ezuola. nne m ịma na ego dị mkpa ya dịrị gị na mma o ndewo Rezonova gịnị bụ aha Igbo gị ndewo ịma na Igbo bụ ndị anaghị eji ịkpata ego egwu egwuregwu we make money we proudly make money thank you Finley for the rose Chukwu gọzie gị unu kụpụrụ ndị niile na-enye onyinye okooko osisi aka and please let's appreciate them one way or the other. All right, please. Maazi Ugochukwu ya dịrị gị na mma ndewo. Nlota ezuola means it is complete. It is complete. That is the context of what he means. He says seeing ego money implied in what we're saying means that the language, the concept of what we're doing here as Igbo people is complete. Ndewo Omenka Motos ya dịrị gị na mma. Oh, thank you. All right. Ka anyị gakwanụ n'ihu. Ndị a bụ ụfọdụ ọmụmaatụ ndị anyị hụgoro. I just wanted to emphasize that before. Anyị lee anya ọmụmaatụ ole na ole mkpụrụ ole n'ụbọchị taa anyị agafee na mgbakwunye. We will consider a few more examples and then we move over to mgbakwunye, which is, what do we say it is? Affixes. All right, Usekwufu, thank you for the box of money. Ọmụmaatụ ọzọ anyị nwere ike inweta dịka ụfọdụ ndị metụtụrụ aka bụ godu. Kedu ọmụmaatụ ọzọ anyị nwere na mgbakwunye? Thank you, Boskin. Chukwu gọzie gị. Unu kopụrụ unu Boskin Silver aka unu sorokwa ya. Oh, please let's follow him. Boskin Silver, ị bụ nwa afọ Igbo. Gịnị bụ aha gị? What is your Igbo name? Peggy, ndewo. Ivy, thank you for sharing, all of you. Empress, daalụkwa. Oh, unu kopụrụ unu Boskin Silver aka maka onyinye amara nke o nyere anyị. Oh, ka anyị sorokwa ya na akaụntụ ya. All right, no problem. It's okay. All right, daalụkwanụ. God bless you. Victoria, Magic Shoe, Empress, all of you, I see you. Ikwameshi, ndewo. All right. Kedu ọmụmaatụ ndị ọzọ anyị nwere ike inweta dịka anyị na-ele anya godu? Albuquerque, New Mexico. So if you want to come see me, Finley, Albuquerque, come over. Historic. All right. Okay. Godu. Ka anyị lee ọmụmaatụ ihe anyị na-eji okwu a bụ godu eme. Okay. Anyị na Obi ka anyị na ya na-akparịta ụka. 1.1 is what? Madam Awele in North Carolina. Can you hear 1.1? I didn't know that. There were Boss King. All right. Finley Choride Aname Mofuma. I want someone to write it well for Finley, okay? One-on-one, yes, we do one-on-one. That is why you have this here. Go to our website and please go ahead and sign up for Igbo language. Yeah, we do one-on-one. And if it's a quick one, you can DM me quickly after the class. I will reply to you and then we'll take it up from there. All right, Boss King Silver and day one. Kwa ụbọchị anyị na-akụzi ihe ebe a. Ihe ndị na-abịa klaasị anyị bụ ọtụtụ ụmụafọ Igbo ndị nọ n'obodo Igbo, ndị nọ na America and other places. Ya bụ na, right. Alison Taylor edezierela gị ihe ahụ idere. Ana m eme ọfụma. Ndewo, Madam Awele. So please, I can't remember who wrote that. Take a correction of how Alison wrote it. The only thing Alison netinye Igbo pom pom, that's one thing that is missing. And Alison, I did not catch your Igbo name because Bam Ahigbogi. Oh, all right. Thank you so much. All right. Daalụ nụ mmadụ niile. So, godu ka anyị weta Obi ka anyị hụzikwa Obi na nna ya ọzọ. Ọ bụrụ na Obi maọbụ nna ya wee bịa sị Obi gagodu ahịa mebi ọ nne ya na-ekwu nke ụbọchị taa. Gịnị ka ọ pụtara? Ọ bụrụ na nne Obi maọbụ nna ya pụtara sị Obi gagodu ahịa, gịnị ka ọ pụtara? How can we translate it into English? What do we think it means? All right, everybody. Ụmụafọ Igbo, gịnị ka ọ pụtara? Ọ bụrụ na nna Obi pụtasị ya Obi gagodu ahịa, what situation does it create? What environment does it create? Gịnị ka ọ pụtara? Obi, please go to the market. Seku Foods. Obi, go to the shop. Obi, go to Empress Design Hidero. Naza, Obi, go to the market. Okay. Oputai Obi, go to the market. Anymore. Remember, he or she would have said Obi ga ahia. This is Obi go to the market. Direct translation. Right? Yeah. Almost like a plea. Yes, ikwameshi. Is it almost? Okay. O kwesịrị pụta a plea in one sense, okay? Obi, go and stay in my shop. Chuks Igbola mmadụ. Obi, please, and please is Biko, yeah? Vanessa said, yes, I need one-on-one. Okay, because I am, all right, no problem, Vanessa. Yeah, we would. I have been telling those I need one-on-one to please go to our website and sign up for the Igbo class there. Everything is stated. But if you also want to chat me, DM me, please DM me here, and I will respond to you after the class, okay? Obi, Kingsley Bennett, Obi, go to the market first. I like that. I like that. Nlota, Kaiju, Wayo, like, let's take it one at a time. If I start answering you, I may digress. Okay. Okay. Madam Awele, ajụjụ gị ka anyị na-aga ugbu a, okay? All right. Somebody is speaking pidgin English to us here. All right, so Obi self, make you go to the market now. All right. Ka anyị lee ihe dị iche na Obi ga ahịa, which was something maybe the mother would have said, right? Yes, Empress. This is why we are doing this class. For some of us who, oh, sorry, this is www.i-hav.org. hav.org. Right. Ọ bụ arịrịọ na ọ bụ okwu na-aga n'ihu. Okay, let's look at that. Let's look at that. Now, enwere ihe dị iche na Obi gaa ahịa na Obi gagodu ahịa. Ihe dị iche n'etiti ha abụọ na-ewepụtara anyị ụfọdụ ọkpụkpọ agwa anyị na-ewepụta mgbe anyị na-ekwu okwu. The difference between Obi go to the market and Obi just go to the market. Obi first go to the market or go to the market first brings in mannerism, brings in emotion to when we are speaking. So this could mean Obi. All right, let me put it where Obi just go to the market. Now, this expression must not fit in completely to English. Remember, yes, Ikwamechi, thank you for making that clearer for anybody who wants to use that website. Kaicheta, whatever expression we are bringing in, do not expect it to fit in completely to your English structure. And sincerely, we do not care what the English sounds like. Ndewo Ikenna ya dịrị gị na mma o. What we care about is how the Igbo sounds. Anyị ghọtara ya? Kedu ihe ọ pụtara na n'ọnọdụ anyị dịka ndị na-ajị Igbo ekwu okwu? Kedu ihe ọ pụtara na omenala anyị? Kedu ihe ọ pụtara na gburugburu anyị? What does it mean? All right. Ndewo maka Chukwu Okonkwo ya dịrị gị na mma, Chukwu gọzie gị. Madam Awele, ihe dị iche bụ na okay, I don't know how much of Igbo you understand. Let me say it in English. Yes, the only thing is that we speak and we teach the standard Igbo here. That's what we teach. All right, great. Ihe ọbụla anyị na-ekwu n'olu ndị anyị na dialect anyị might be applied in a different way as our dialect sounds, but the greater good of the sound of what we speak stays with the standard. God bless you, Busking King. Right. So even if you speak your dialect, that's why in this class, everybody, you know, that's what I do most of the classes. All right. So what we say is, while you speak your dialect, while you learn your dialect, thank you, do well by making efforts to understand the standard Igbo, especially if you are still a young person. If you are learning Igbo and maybe your dialect is the one you are learning through the family by default, don't worry. Do not say, oh, it's going to be confusing. No. Language is something, if you are younger, you have a wider environment for it to grow in you. And the different aspects of the language can grow together. You can be learning the dialect and the standard Igbo together. So as much as I do teach here, what I do is to emphasize the standard Igbo. Nwa ọbụla na-amụta Igbo dịka onye na-aga ide WAEC, ọ bụrụ na iji olu ndị gị mụọ Igbo, ị maghị Igbo izugbe, ị ga-ada WAEC n'Igbo. Ebe a ka o ji nye nsogbu. Okay, somebody can confuse you. Thank you, brother. God bless you. Ndewo. Mmadụ niile ya nwa ma anyị na-eji adọ aka na ntị, nkwa dọrọ aka na ntị n'ihi gịnị ị kwesịrị ka ịmụta the standard. Yes, what we are doing here, the examples we are giving might apply differently in the dialects. Man, I believe that Godu is a general expression that most dialects in Igbo will use. Nyetu Godum ego, Obi, which is the next thing we are coming here now. Gagodu ahia. Now, it could mean Obi, just go to the market, or Obi, go to the market first. Now, whether this first suggests two things that Obi could be asked to do or not, it is grammatically and culturally correct that Obi is being told in a polite way, Gagodo ahia. Now, thank you, Boss King. Chukwu gozie gị. Ono na akoro no Boss King aka o, and I will encourage you all to follow him in his account. It is not an easy thing to be a first timer in a live event, and you are being generous with your, gifts. So I appreciate you so much. Yeah, and this is his own way of really improving the algorithm of this class. All right. Gagodo versus Gagodi. Okay. They are dialectal. Gagodi, my dialect speaks Gagodi. Thank you, John. Thank you so much. My own dialect will say Gagodi, Ahia, but the standard is Gagodu. Okay. All right. Let me go back to say whether the Gagodu suggests that Obi should go to the market first before anything or before any other thing he was asked or not, it is still used correctly that way, without asking question. Okay, Gagodo here and what next? Okay, because what I'm saying that is the English translation. Negodu, yes, Negodu means just look. Negodu nyenka. Okay, just look at this person. Or now you could be imagine this person. I like you bringing that, Lota. You see that now I'm going to write it down and then we will compare it with what Obi's parent is telling him here now. All right. Obi, go to the market first. Now, this could imply, Obi, go to the market before you go to fetch water. Gagodu ahia tupu iga ichumiri. Okay? It might imply that, but it might also only imply to say, Obi, Gagodu ahia. Don't worry about anything else. Gagodu ahia, oh, kaimara ihe ọzọ game. Okay? These are the unsaid aspects of the sentence, but culturally known. Now, Obi will now say, let's for instance, nyegodum ego. Gịnị ka ọ pụtara? Nyegodum ego. Yeah, negodu is that. Yeah, it's like that too. Success. Right. Nyegodum ego. What emotion is Obi invoking now? Nyegodum ego. And we're looking at the context of Gagodo ahia. And then Obi follows by Nyegodum ego. What emotion is he invoking? Kedu ihe ọ pụtara? Thank you, John. Thank you. Nam Chukwu gọzie gị. Oh, ka anyị na-akụrụ na nwanne anyị nwoke John aka. Just give me money or give me money first. Yes, either of it. Yeah? Can I have some money, Naza? Ndewo. Yeah? Plead for money before he can go. Exactly. Thank you. Useku Foods. There were math with Big Ben. Math with Big Ben. And there were. Thanks for coming for the first time today. Did that hate for ya? Autobulam CGCK did. All right. Okay, the person that joined on YouTube, I welcome you. I couldn't pronounce your name. Oiburunwa Fibo, please. Make a Marahibo. Let me recognize you properly. All right. Mama 6. Math with Big Ben. Mama 6. So on Hibo. Lepano Munso will be konono. Bikonono. All right. Give me the money. No. It will be Nyegodum ego. Go mean give me money first. There were Mazi John. Or give me money, please. Okay, give me money. I'm ready. Give me money. Could you please give me money? Time to go to the market. Nyegodum ego. Okay. Now, none of this implies anything disrespect. Okay? Even though it could now be suggested if Obi becomes or appears anywhere disrespectful or harsh or something, Nyegodum. But it will be like overacting. Oh, okay. I'm from the country called Igbo Nation. We are teaching Igbo language. Oh, this is our nation here. All right. May I please have the money for the shopping? Beautiful. Thank you, Usekwu Foods. Yeah. Ihe ndị a niile bụ ihe obi kwesịrị Madam Awele ndewo o Chukwu gọzie gị maka onyinye nke okooko osisi dị ụtọ nke i nyere anyị. God bless you. Biko unu kọrọ Madam Awele aka. Chukwu gọzie gị. Oh. Right. Nyegodum ego. Obi now coming to ask for the money in a polite way as well. That is implied. That is implied. Okay? Right. Aya ahụgo nyegodum ego na gagodu ahịa. But let's bring out the example that was brought out by somebody here, and which is one expression we often say. Legodu maọbụ negodu dịka ndị Anambra na-ekwu ya. This is an expression very, very common in Igbo. All right. Odeziakụ Chinwe ndewo. Amakwa m ihe idere ọ dị ka YouTube degharịrị gị. All right, ndewo. The person from India, you're welcome. We welcome you. Right, just look. Legodu now could mean just look, imagine, look first, right? We often use it. Look at. Okay, look at. Look at with a question mark. What are we looking at? Thank you. Chukwu gọzie gị. Thank you for the roses. All right. Okay. Now, dịka m na-ekwu, anyị na-eji okwu a emekarị okwu mgbe ọbụla. We always often say look legodu or negodu. Legodu onye nke a is an unfinished expression. Legodu ihe na-eme. Just imagine what is going on. Just see what is going on. Okay? I am not able to read your name. Sanoj Paswan something something. But I welcome you. Thank you for joining our class for the first time on YouTube. We are Igbo people and we are happy to have you in our midst. We are one of the most hospitable people on earth. We welcome visitors, guests, strangers. We give them a place. Just like what we do here, there are lots of non-Igbo people that are in this class, that join this class every week. Chidema Anusi Ndewo, and they are here happy to learn our language. So in that manner, we welcome you. All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, those are on YouTube. Welcome him, okay? Right. So, in the English equivalents that we wrote, the most appropriate that is always used is imagine. Okay? Imagine. When legodu, imagine. Or negodu, imagine. Okay? It could be legodu onye nka, how little, how this, how unqualified. Or imagine what is going on around us. Legodu anya. Ina anokwa. Now, all of this unsaid part of the grammar come purely from the culture. If you do not have the cultural understanding of the language, you see where the problem is. Ndewo nwanne m nwanyị, oh Chidimma. Now, what is our concern here? And I'm going to say this whole in English for those of you who are Igbo born, who are growing up outside of Igbo land, and the reason we are doing this class. If you are learning Igbo as a beginner, most times, most people that are teaching Igbo language on social media teach you the grammar. They do not lay emphasis on the culture. The cultural nuances of the language you're learning is as important as the grammatical correctness. Because if you do not understand the cultural nuances, you will, one, not know how to use these feelings, these expressions. Two, not understand what it means when it is used for you. And a person speaking to you as a native speaker of the language will definitely almost always use them because they are feelers, but very important feelers of the grammar. Ya bụ na ị bụrụ nwa afọ Igbo na-amụ Igbo, ọ dị mkpa ka ị na-amụta ka ụtọ asụsụ, which is grammar, si arụ ọrụ, mkpụrụ okwu a na-eji eme okwu ka ha si arụ ọrụ na ụtọ asụsụ Igbo. Tọọ ntị n'ala. I am for faith. Ndewo. Oh, God bless you for the rose. Thank you. Very keep coming. Ka ị na-etinye uchu ịmụta ụtọ asụsụ, ịmụta ka esi eji mkpụrụ okwu ekwu okwu, ọ dị mkpa ka ị tọọ ntị n'ala ka ị ghọta ka mkpụrụ okwu ndị ahụ ị na-achọ ịmụta gịnị ka ha na-apụta ma ile anya ihe gbasara omenala ha na ya so. What is the cultural attachment? When I choose not to say nyemego, it means nyemego may not be appropriate at that moment. Nyenumego becomes appropriate. Nyegodumego becomes appropriate. Nyetunumego becomes appropriate. No beggar, for instance, will want to ask you for money and say nyemego. Even if the beggar appears most respectful, but they say nyemego, is still not going to fit in. There's no way the beggar will appear respectful and use the expression nyemego that it will translate into into begging or requesting or asking or pleading. You must use the feelings. And what are those feelings? Clitics. Okay, Kai will go to here. And this is possibly maybe one last thing I'm gonna say. Camera is dimming here. Okay. All right. Okay. Kai were to go to here eba. Nyem ego, which of course we know it means give me money. Give me money. Amechi Christiana Dalo. Chukwu gozie, thanks for coming. Obi Bright. Ana m anabata unu. Okay, thank you. All right, let's keep tapping on the screen to keep the algorithm of this class on the top of it. Stylish, Dalo. Let's keep tapping on the screen. Umafibo, YouTube, TikTok. Let's keep improving the algorithm, please. If you do not have gifts to give, tap on the screen for us and share the live. Even when you have gifts, we appreciate you as you also keep tapping on the screen. A lot of you are doing great. Ana m asị ka Chukwu ndị Igbo gọzie unu niile. Thank you for coming to learn with us. Thank you. Thank you, Uche Chukwu. Chukwu gọzie gị. Oh, God bless you. All right. Nye m ego, give me money. All right? Nyetụ m ego. Nyetụnụ m ego. Nyetụgodu m ego. Nyekwala m ego. Nsogbu adịghị nna m. Ndewo. I want to know which one of these should a person asking for money use? Mmadụ niile. Kedu n'ime ahịrịokwu ndị a nke onye na-arịọ ego, onye na-arịọ mmadụ ego ga-ekwunwu? The Zooks. Uche Chukwu si na nke mbụ, the first one. The Zooks si na nye m ego. Madam Awele si nyetụnụ m ego. Lechi say the third. Joseph Wabi Sindewo, the third. Princess. Onye a na-achị ọchị, amaghịkwa m aha go, nyetụnụ m ego. Onye a ji emoji mee ihe a ga, amaghị m aha gị, mee ka mara aha gị. Oh, so I can talk about you well. Oh, success. Elenke Okini. Or is it YouTube? Nyekwala m ego. Princess, nyekwala m ego. Give me some money. I can on Igbo, yeah. We've not really written it in English. Nyekwala m ego. Okay. I'm going to thank you from India. Thank you for subscribing. All right, YouTube is writing things. Okay. I do not really know. Think the team, we need to work on what YouTube is doing to our class. All right. The correct answer is, okay, Aluchi Ndewo. The correct answer is this. A person begging or asking for money, the most appropriate is number 3. Nyetunum ego. Now, that does not mean that if he say nyetum ego, that it is not appropriate. That also does not mean if they say nyetugodum ego, it will not be appropriate. But then, the most appropriate, if you are writing this in an exam and the question is the most appropriate for a person asking for money, the answer is number 3. They cannot use this. They cannot use this. Why? The difference lies in the kind of clitic they chose. You see where a person will say, choose your words correctly. Yes, Uchechukwu. Yeah. They can't use either of the first or the last. When they use the second, it is not the most appropriate. When they use the fourth, it is not the most appropriate. The most appropriate is the third. it is so exciting. Success said that when if they use any of the other ones, they won't get anything. Nothing for them. Reason because they didn't give the person money to keep. And that is true. You cannot ask somebody for money like this. So if you are an Igbo learner, you now know today that you can't ask for something like this. You are asking inappropriately, disrespectfully, forcefully. You are asking without feelings. You cannot ask like this. So the most appropriate is yetunum. Okay. Now, this is for a person asking for money. Which one suggests, what will be the difference between yetum ego and yetunum ego? Yetunum now adds the entire feeling of a person who is asking for what does not belong to them. They are making a plea. They are making a prayer. Mrs. Timothy does and ties. Also, I always tell my husband, nye m ego. Agaghị m etinye ọnụ n'ihe gbasara okwu di na nwunye. Ị chọrọ ịrapụta m? Ọ bụrụ na ị na-asị di gị nye m ego, nsogbu adị. So long as ọ na-enye gị dị ego. All right. Yes, it is not appropriate since you are an Igbo learner. But then, I'm telling you sincerely, all of these things can be appropriate in a husband and wife relationship, depending the tone in the house at that time. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're not begging him for money, right? The money belongs to you and him, so you have the right to say, give me that money, wherever he kept it. And he will not say no. Otherwise, the environment will change for him. It will change it for him full time. Oh my God. Yeah, but it's okay. So, Mrs. Timothy, yeah, I can't seriously tell you that your choice of Yemego is wrong. So anyone of it can go. Depends on the mood of that. But outside of husband, but I also like it that she brought this out now. What this means is that as much as we're saying this, the other thing that is important is that like I said in the beginning, who are the audience? Who is your audience? Who are you speaking to? Are you speaking to your husband, your wife? You know that is a different relationship altogether. Are you speaking to your father, your mother, your elderly person, a stranger, a peer, a friend? These all come to play. Mana ihe anyị na-elekwasị anya ebe a mbụ onye na-ana mmadụ ego, onye na-arịọ mmadụ ego, a person who is asking for money from another person, the money that doesn't belong to them. They are begging, they are pleading, they are requesting, they are praying. You can use any one of these, but the third one, yetunum ego. All right, good. So I was asking, what is the difference between yetum ego and yetunum ego? Yetunum is most humble, most humane. Okay, yetum is good. Yetunum is better. Why can't they use yetugodum? Yetugodum has some command tone. Sometimes. Yetugodum also has some level of unserious tone. And what I mean by unserious is casual, not unserious. Casual. You might tell your friend, even though you are making the money, right? Like when friends are living together, like in a hostel or something, yeah, that kind of begging can apply here now. Okay, when you want to ask for money from your peer, your friend, your pally, nah, you to go to Mego. It is not your money, and they know no way, right? But because of that relationship that you share, you wouldn't be surprised that he's asking you to go to Mego. Okay, and sincerely, for two people who know the language very well, the one of the responses onye a na-arị ego ahụ gazi ọwa ego gị nyere m ego dozi. Did you give me money to keep for you? Or you can say, if you ask nicely. Okay, and now what does that mean? It means that yetugodumego is not a nice way of asking for what does not belong to you, right? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, like give me money from the one you kept, or the one I gave you yesterday. Took that money, okay? Elder brother or father asking for money, fine. Or one time when I lived with my elder brother who was, being a little bit rough with his own money, and I was doing some menial jobs, and nah, it took me a good day. And I was always coming. No, when it gets right there, it's gonna be good, So these all can play, can come in now. So in that case, he's asking for money. But he's not really asking nicely, because they look at you this way. They are here, you are here, or you are equal, you are friends, and you are pals. So Nyetugorum can now come in. But you see, with what we have explained, see that it cannot be a very humane and humble way of asking, right? Yes. I'm glad that this is really like going in. I'm glad the way we are, engaging this class. So, ihe anyị na-ele anya ebe a bụ kedu ka anyị nwa bụ ụmụafọ Igbo na-eto na mba, amụrụ na mba, ga-esi abịaghachi nwee mmasị ịmụta asụsụ anyị. We are making our Igbo language enticing, interesting, attractive for us all to have the opportunity of reinculturating ourselves. This goes to every one of you who is born abroad, outside of Igbo land. What about give me money? Give me money is the first one, Neka. Now, I want to pause to talk to you again. A lot of you are engaging in this class today and has been engaging going forward, since we started the class every Monday. We say, if your parents did not enculturate you, if your parents did not expose you to Igbo language early, now you are grown, you have no excuse if you do not find a way to enculturate yourself. You cannot continue to blame your parents all through your life. Okay? Thank you, Mrs. Timothy. The class goes on every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. So long as you are following us, you are going to get notifications. Sometimes, even if you don't get, save the date on your calendar. 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Dorakanante Madunile. Madam Awele, yes, there's a WhatsApp group. I have been very reluctant creating an open WhatsApp group for this community because of the risks. I know that people are a bit scared of that, their number being available. I'm thinking of creating a Telegram group rather, but I'm also weighing the use WhatsApp and Telegram. Just DM me, okay? And I will give you the process, you fill the form and everything. So, but I have been working towards trying to create an open group so that people will join, but they will not be open to phishing and all of this going on online. Okay. Discord is not very popular for people in Africa, and Discord is also more educational. I don't want to create another platform that will people will be, you know, will find it difficult to, operate. But yes, there has been a very strong call for an open group community, rather, for continued learning since we meet every Monday. But the WhatsApp group that exists are people who are part of our Igbo literacy project, or their children are, and they join the class on Zoom on Sundays because we teach on Sundays. All right. Yeah, I agree with you, Kwameshi. Telegram might be safer. Okay. But maybe before the next class, we will complete that exploration and then bring it up here. Um, we're here to teach you, Mrs. Timothy. Sincerely, you have really come to the right place. All right, we will still look at Discord, Uchechukwu. We will still look at Discord. If it's something that people in Africa will manipulate very well, that would be a great one. Maybe, um, okay, we'll look at that. In addition to that, we encourage us to promote Omenka app, which is the app that we created for learning Igbo. So if you have not downloaded Omenka app, it's available on Play Store and Apple Store. And then we also have a shop where we, have Omenka app accessories that you can get, shirts and all things. I created that shop just a few days ago. I've been looking at ways to link it up to our YouTube and TikTok account. If you know a better way, please DM me and give me there's a link where you can get, our accessories so beautifully created. That will be because people have been asking, how can they get our shirts? During the winter, I used to wear more of our, shirts while I'm teaching, all of that. Right. So please, if you are here, uh, okay. So if you are here and your own experience is that your parents did not expose you to Igbo early, this is the right place for you. And we encourage you. The only way to learn and continue to learn and become better in Igbo, even if you are a person married to Igbo husband, just like our sister Jay. Jay is an American married to an Igbo husband. Very, very intentional, very determined. Her daughter is Amarachi. She has joined our WhatsApp group because she has registered Amarachi free. Our Igbo literacy project is free. The only class that you will take and you will pay is the one-on-one. If you sign up online, every other thing we do is free. That is why we encourage our community to encourage us back by supporting us whichever way you can. You can do that by acquiring our resources, our accessories online. If you are interested in that, DM me. I share the link with you before we put it online. So you can do that. You can do that in any other way you are led by your spirit to support us. Right. Ụfọdụ ụmụafọ Igbo mma Igbo asụ na-abịa ebe ahụ na m na-asụ oyibo. And I try to explain to them, yes, the reason is because I am speaking primarily to the audience of Igbo sons and daughters who are not born and growing up in Igbo land. That's why I speak both English and Igbo in my class. My targets are these Igbo people and non-Igbo that are joining us by affiliation, either marriage or friendship. That is the 85% of people that come to this class every week. There are millions and more millions of you out there. If we all can come back as a community of learners, we will enculturate ourselves. We would fill in the gap what the parents did not do for us. That would be very great. And you will no longer blame anybody for not teaching you Igbo. And then you will pass it down to your own children when you become parents, if you are not one yet. Ana m ekele unu niile. A lot of people have joined while I was talking, and I see you all. I welcome you all. Ana m ekele ndị niile na-emetụrụ anyị aka n'igwe, ndị na-emetụrụ anyị aka n'akara ịhụnanya. But our likes are very low today. I would encourage us to keep tapping on the screen while we are learning. It has not been the way it has been. We're still on 13,000 plus, and we've gone 1 hour plus into the class. The class lasts for at least 2 hours, and we usually get to 50,000 plus. So I encourage you, if you are on TikTok, please keep tapping on the screen for us. All right. Okay. And along the line, if you have questions, please keep dropping your questions. Right. Anyị ahụgo ihe ụzọ ihe ndị a si arụ ọrụ na ụzọ ha ga-eji bụrụ na ị ga-eji nke a ekwu okwu mana ị gaghị eji nke ọzọ ekwu okwu. Okay? You can use this one, you cannot use the other one, depending on the environment, depending on your audience, depending on who is listening to you. So that is very, very important for us to understand. There are many other critics. O nwere ọtụtụ nsokwunye ọzọ ndị ọzọ ndị anyị na-emetụbeghị aka. And I do not want us, we can continue to cite examples of them when we are, as we go on in the class. But I do not want us to dwell so much on just this one aspect of the topic, because by the time we introduce the other aspect, which I'm doing now, we're also going to see this other one playing a huge role. All right. So for the last one, Nyekwalam Ego is also not a way of begging. It's not a way of asking. A person who owns something that you don't have, a person who is bigger or greater than you. It could be also a way of asking when you are a peer. You can ask your friend, Nyekwalam Ego, or but each of them creates some kind of feeling. Each of them brings emotion. Each of them brings what we call speech action. What is the intended meaning of your expression and the actual meaning of your expression, depending on who you are speaking to. All right. Okay, na mbido ekwuru m na aga m akwụsị nsokwunye ebe a taa wee malite mgbakwunye. Ile anya ị ga-ahụ na isiokwu anyị si nsokwunye na mgbakwunye. Nne m abụ m onye Igbo. I'm from Igbo nation. I speak Igbo. Chi Igbo Chiamaka ka Igbo Chidimma. Ndewo. Nsokwunye na mgbakwunye. Clitics and affixes. Okay, abụ m onye Imo State. Ihe m na-akụzi bụ standard Igbo, and I try to speak as much as the central Igbo in my expression. And the central Igbo or standard Igbo is the one that creates mutual intelligibility. Ọ bụrụ na m sụọ n'olu Igbo izugbe, nwa afọ Igbo ọbụla na-asụ Igbo ga-aghọta karịa mgbe m sụrụ n'olu Ndi. That is my dialect. That applies to everyone. If you are from Anambra, when you're speaking with people who are not from your dialectal enclave, you speak the standard. Okay? And when you do that, you're creating what the English people call mutual intelligibility. Anyị na-aghọta na ụfọdụ olu some dialects might be more prominent than others in the cadre of dialects. But the standard is a standard form of the language. But when your dialect is possibly more prominently used than another, that doesn't make it superior, maọbụ to another dialect. Igbo na-asị, Igbo na-asụ n'olu n'olu mana akwa ụkwara ọ bụrụ otu. That emphasizes the use of dialects in Igbo and the importance of dialects, but then the ultimate importance of the standard version of the language. That's the implication. Right. So the second aspect of this topic is the affixes. Okay? Affixes. Affixes. Affixes bụ nke ndị Igbo kpọrọ mgbakwunye. And aga m enye a theoretical background of it. Affixes are only attached to the verbs. Affixes are only attached to the verb, unlike the clitics. Mgbakwunye bụ ụmụ irighiri okwu ndị a na-agbakwunyere ngwa. Verb is ngwa. Ọ naghị arụ ọrụ ka nsokwunye nwanne ya nwanyị, nke nwere ike ịbata na ngwa batakwa na aha. Nsokwunye nwere ike isonye okwu ọbụla, mana mgbakwunye anaghị eso okwu ọbụla. Mgbakwunye na-eso naanị ngwa. Nke ahụ bụ nke mbụ. Nke abụọ, mgbakwunye na-agbanwe nghọta dị n'okwu. Affixes have the potentials of changing, adjusting, modifying the meaning that is attached to an expression, either a sentence, a clause, or whatever. Mgbakwunye na-agbanwe nghọta dị n'okwu. Nsokwunye anaghị agbanwe nghọta dị n'okwu, mana ọ na-etinyekwu nghọta. Nke ọzọ bụ na mgbakwunye nwere ike ịgbanwe tense na aspect. Mgbakwunye nwere ike ịgbanwe tense na aspect. Ihe m ji kpọọ ya otu a bụ na Igbo enweghị mkpụrụ okwu ọzọ ha na-akpọ okwu ndị a. Ihe Igbo mere bụ ịtụgharị ha n'Igbo. The affixes have the potentials of changing the tense and aspect of a word or a clause or a sentence. Affixes do change the tense and the aspect of a sentence, a clause, a phrase, or a word. Mgbakwunye enwere ike itinye ya na mkpụrụ okwu mgbe ọ nọrọ onwe ya. Mgbakwunye na-abịakwa na mkpụrụ okwu mgbe ọ nọ n'ime ahịrịokwu. Affixes can be attached to a word when they are on their own. Affixes are attached to a word when they are in a sentence or in a relationship with other words. So unlike the clitics that is more flexible in their relationship, affixes are only faithful to the verbs, loyal to the verbs. They can manipulate the verbs whichever way they like, change the entire meaning, understanding that is attached to a sentence. They cannot do that in any other word or with any other word. Unlike the clitics, that when they are navigating from one word to the other, they are just maintaining their cool, just adding color, emotions, cultural nuances to the expression. Verbs are more grammatical. Ọrụ ha na-emetụtakarị ahịrịokwu, na-emetụtakarị ụtọ asụsụ karịa ka ọ na-emetụta omenala. Omenala ya na okwu so bụ ihe anyị sị Nsokwunye na-emetụ aka. Excuse me. Mana ahịrịokwu, ụtọ asụsụ, which is the grammar, is what the verb touches mostly. Okay, I think with this, I have given a good background of the affixes. Okay? If you have a question, ask me. DJ Empress, Chukwu Goziegi. Dalo. Thank you for the heart. All right, let's keep tapping on the screen. Let's keep keeping the class alive, okay? Please, the activities, the engagements have dropped. Let's keep doing this. All right, let's keep the conversation going as well. Okay, right. Okay. Nke ọzọ m chọrọ iwepụta bụ dị mkpa tupu anyị elewe anya dewe ya na bọọdụ bụ mgbakwunye n'onwe ya nwere ike ịbịa n'ihu ngwa ma ọ bụ n'azụ ngwa, ụfọdụ mgbe n'etiti ngwa ma ọ bụ n'etiti okwu. N'ihu, n'azụ, ụfọdụ mgbe o nwekwara ike ịbịa n'etiti. When an affix is in the front of a verb, it is called a prefix. When an affix is behind or at the back of a verb, it is called a suffix. The reason we are looking at this on its own as a topic is the important role it plays. You cannot overemphasize the important role affixes play in the grammar of a language, especially Igbo language. Let us now look at this. Affixes. Mgbakwunye. Mgbakwunye. We have number one, prefixes. Nganiru. Suffixes. Nsonazo. Interfixes, as they can be found in some Igbo expressions. Non-etiti. Okay. Ndị a bụ ndị anyị nwere n'Igbo. Mana ndị ka na-apụta ihe bụ nganiru na nsonazo. Prefixes often come or appear in our grammatical expressions than the third one. Empress, first of all, go ahead and download the Omenka app. It's available for you on Play Store and Apple Store. And if you are a new learner, this class is also for you. But if you want to learn the alphabet as well, if you need one-on-one class, go to our website and sign up. But if you think you don't need one-on-one, but you still need the more basic elementary, you can DM me and join our Igbo literacy class, where we will introduce you to the group that learns the alphabet and how to use the sounds to make words. Okay, www.igbolitracy.com. i-hav.org. hav.org. Yeah, that is a website you can sign up for a one-on-one, or alternatively you can DM me. Okay, all right, ndewo. Okay, so when we add a morpheme to an existing verb, we add it either in front of the verb or at the back when we are speaking. And we do this subconsciously because of the need of the language when you are speaking, when you are a speaker. There's no way you can speak Igbo without encountering affixes. Otherwise, the correctness of what you speak is in the air. It will not be applied, and then you will be making gibberish sounds. Nobody will understand you. Ndewo, ume nke iru daalụ, ịbịakwara n'azụ oge. Ndewo o. Right. Ọ bụrụ na ị na-ekwu okwu, ị naghị etinye mgbakwunye, na-etinye ụmụ okwu, oriri okwu ndị a na-eme ka ihe ị na-ekwu pụta ihe. Ị gaghị ekwu ihe mmadụ ga-aghọta. Dịka onye na-amụ Igbo, as an Igbo learner, you must know the functions of affixes in the learning process. For the basic learners, it might not be what they start your class with. But while you run into this class, while you are learning possibly the alphabets and the others, you should be learning, listening to, as you come to the class often, listening to this aspect of basic learning as well. That's why we bring this class every week, Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Right. Mgbe mkpụrụ morpheme na-abịa n'ihu ngwa, a na-akpọ ya nganiru. Ndị bekee na-akpọ ya prefixes. Mgbe ọ na-abịa n'azụ ya, a na-akpọ ya nsonaazụ. Ndị bekee na-akpọ ya suffixes. Mgbe ọ bịara n'etiti n'ime okwu, a na-akpọ ya n'Igbo, nke Igbo, dịka o si gbasa asụsụ Igbo, interfix. Enwekwara ndị asụsụ ndị na-enwe infix. Mana ndị ọkammụta na-akọwa na Igbo enweghị infix, na ihe o nwere bụ interfix. Mana ihe gbasara anyị na nkụzi abụghị bekee. We don't care about the English. Ọ bụghị oyibo ka anyị si akụzi, ọwụwụ ya ka anyị na-akụzi. Igbo bụ ihe anyị ji na-akụzi nkụzi anyị. That's our concern. And we are teaching Igbo sons and daughters for them to learn their language and their culture. That's why we're here every week. All right. Ugbu a anyị gaji ile, ama m na-akụzibuola m isiokwu a, mana anyị gaji iwere ya otu otu na-ele anya ka ụmụ iri okwu, ụmụ morpheme nke a kpọrọ affixes ma ọ bụ mgbakwunye, ka ha si arụ ọrụ. Okay? And I'm going to start again in the very basic form of it. We have seen there are different types, right? It's considered standard Igbo. I am teaching the standard version of the language here. And that is what is taught. Every language that is taught, the standard version is what is taught. You can speak your dialect if you know your dialect, but standard is very important for you to learn as a native speaker of that language. Ndewo zia, ama m na nke a bụ mbụ ị na-abịa ebe a. Ọ dị mkpa ka anyị mara aha Igbo gị. Zia na-adacha ka aha ndị ọcha. All right. Tupu anyị ede, anyị ahụ ka mgbakwunye si arụ ọrụ. Ka anyị kwuo maka ngwa, okwu a bụ ngwa. Because I'm going to be using it so much. I'm going to be using it a lot in this topic, ngwa. Ijeọma ndewo o Chukwu gọzie gị. Ọ dị mma na ị bịara ebe a taa. Uche Chukwu daalụ, Chukwu gọzie gị maka onyinye amara okooko osisi nke ị nyere anyị. I know so many of you are based in the United States. I know. Ndewo, this is the right place for you to be. Hopefully you understand some. Ndewo Uche Chukwu daalụ o Chukwu gọzie gị. Ndị niile na-emetụrụ anyị aka n'akara ịhụnanya Chukwu gọzie unu. Ndị niile na-enye anyị onyinye amara, onyinye ngọzi, Chukwu gọzie unu. Biko unu kotoro nụ Uche Chukwu aka maka okooko osisi o nyere anyị. Unu sorokwa ya na akaụntụ ya. All right, thank you. God bless you. Okwu a bụ ngwa anyị gaji iji ya arụ ọrụ. Usekwu foot nwanyị ọma ndewo. Ndewo maka okooko osisi ahụ. Anyị gaji ikwu ya ugboro n'echi ị na-abịazi klaasị n'azụ oge n'echi kedu ndewo. Ị bịara n'azụ oge. You came very late today. I hope all is well. Right. We are going to be encountering ngwa. So if you did not know what Igbo calls verb, it is ngwa. There's no other word. It is a generally accepted word for the word verb. Okay? Now, in Igbo language, the verbs are in the state we call their natural state or their lexical state. In this state, this lexical state, this natural state, when they are in that state, they are like a potential energy. They are energy at rest. They are energy untouched, untapped. Nsowade n'echi. Ngwa n'Igbo na-anọkarị n'ọnọdụ uchi ya, n'ọnọdụ o dosara ike ya, o tinyebe ike ahụ n'ọrụ. Ị gaghị ama na o nwere ike, mana ike ya nọ ya n'arụ. Igbo na-asị na anyị mara amara dosa ike. When a person has a lot of energy, a lot of force, a lot of influence, but they chose not to use it, they are storing it for when it is needed. It is potential energy, potential force. The verb in its state, natural, lexical state in Igbo language, stays in its potential energy state. It stays in its lexical form. In that lexical form, you do not use it to make a sentence. It does not become part of the sentence until something happens to it. And it is that thing that happens to it that becomes the subject of our sentence, of our class, as we are beginning to discuss affixes again today. I will give you an example and you will see how the verb stays in its lexical state. Okay, aga m akwụsị ebe a. Ga, mmadụ niile kwuo ya, ga. Kwu, mmadụ niile kwuo ya, kwu. Za, za. Lo, 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 lo. Now, in your mind, something is going on, which of course is something that should be going on. If it is not going on, you are far from capturing how the language works. At the moment of me pronouncing all these words, one thing I believe that should be going on at this moment is the role that these signs play, the tone marks. Ndị na-ebe a mgbe m kụziri Nsokwunye na mbido, you find out that we were not laying a lot of emphasis on their tone. We cannot teach Mgbakwunye without laying emphasis on their tone. Ndewo, God bless you for the roses. Ndewo, Chukwu gozie gị. Those the Sarenchi. I didn't really get your name well. Kindly Gwamahi Igbo. Oh, I believe you Nwafu Igbo. And you are welcome. Thank you. Is it Elephant Lovers? Thanks for the rose. Gịnị bụ aha Igbo gị? All right, Chinwe. Good. Chinwe ndewo. Taa bụ nke mbụ ị na-esonye na nkụzi anyị. Anyị nọ ebe a Monday niile. 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Don't miss the class any day again since you have discovered this class. This is one important place you could be on a Monday if you love your language and your identity. This is one of the most important places you could spend your 2 hours for yourself, for your own family and your children. Thank you, all of you, that are making this class possible for more people, more Igbo sons and daughters to discover this class. So if you join, share the live with others that you know that need it. Start tapping on the screen for us. And if you have gift of rose or whatever, give to us, just like others have given. God bless you. All right. So, and that goes to everybody. And now, thank you, Chinwe. God bless you. DJ Empress, it's okay. Is everybody has an interest for which they are learning. DJ Empress is learning because she wants to learn piano and Afro beats, which of course are not primarily Igbo, but it's fine. Okay. So otu ihe m chere ga na-agagharị n'uche gị bụ ọrụ ụdaolu nọ na mkpụrụ okwu ndị a na-arụ. The job, the role, the tone marks, and the tone plays. Nke mbụ, the tone plays a very significant grammatical role in the teaching we are going to be making. In expressions like this, in words like this, the tone plays a very important role. You cannot overemphasize it. And because of that, we are also going to be touching the tones and their roles. Nke abụọ, the second thing I want you to understand is, as these words are, they are, Igbo language considers them full-fledged words with full-fledged meanings, understandings. They are not just morphemes, they are words. The only difference is that they cannot go into a sentence the way they are. They are like naked. They need to be clothed. I want to use every picture that I can paint to make you understand what I am trying to introduce. So, pay attention as we go on. After the introduction, we'll end the class for today. Will continue next week. So if you're not following us, please try follow us and make sure that you possibly also save the date and time and be aware to join the class early. For those of you that really came late. All right. Zika zo ndewo. Right. I also want you to understand why I put an environment in the front and at the back. That's another thing I believe should be going on in your mind to ask a question. Why the environment in front and at the back? Why the dash? Why the hyphens? Chukwuebuka ndewo o ya dịrị gị na mma. Na taa bụ mbụ ị na-esonye anyị. Daalụ. Ndewo. God bless you. Right. So I am putting this environment front and back to indicate that these words are waiting to receive accompaniments. They are open to receive other particles of the grammar. Okwu ndị a bụ okwu gbasara aka ha abụọ na-achọ ka agbakwunye ha ihe. Is it where the word is coming from? Mgbakwunye. Ndewo, vital life. Chukwu gọzie gị o. Ya gaziere gị, vital life. Thanks for the roses. Right. Okwu ndị a bụ okwu ndị gbasara aka. They spread their arms. Na-achọ ka agbakwunye ha ihe. Waiting to be added something. Ama m na ịbịa ya n'oge Chukwuebuka, ya, okay, ya, ị bịara n'azụ oge, n'ezigbote azụ oge. Ịbịa n'azụ oge ọzọ, ị ga-emebiri m regista. Imebiere m regista, aga m apịa gị ihe. N'ihi na ana m apịa ihe na klaasị m. Daalụ. Black netizen. Black netizen. Thank you for the rose. Imeela. Ị bụ nwa afọ Igbo, mee ka mara Igbo gị. Oh. Excuse me. So they are open, open-armed. Nsogbu nam, nsogbu. Black netizen, gịnị bụ aha Igbo gị? Waiting to be added something. And that is why they are having these two environments in the front and in the back. All right, Chinemerem ndewo o. Ya gaziere gị. Daalụ. Now, I'm going to give you the meanings in English. These words, what do they mean? Ku means say, speak, talk. All of these English equivalents mean, oh gosh, sorry. I started with the second one. Okay. Ku means go. Right? Go. That's what it means. Ga means go. Why am I confusing myself? Ga means go. Ku means speak. Talk. Say. Okay? Za means sweep. Lo means marry. Lo means fight. Right. Achọrọ m ibido na nke ikpeazụ abụọ ndị a. Ihe dị iche na nke mbụ lo na nke abụọ lo bụ ụda olu ha. The difference between lo and lo that made the meaning to change is the tone, right? That's it. I just want us to, put that at the back of our head. Tone, again, the function of it. All right. Now, the way Igbo translates these words into English suggests what we call indicative or imperative, but not primarily imperative because it has to add something to give us imperative. Indicative, to say this is the least natural state of this word. Ga, go. Ku, speak. Za, sweep. Lo, marry. Lo, fight. But if you are an Igbo speaker, you will know that you cannot tell somebody, Ngwa ga pu oku. That is an expression that will come from a person that is learning Igbo. All right, thank you, Vital Life. Za also means answer. Answer. Za means answer. Okay. So ị gaghị asị mmadụ ga ahịa dịka anyị na-asị Obi na nne ya, nne Obi si ya, ọ gaghị asị ya Obi ga ahịa. You cannot. Ị gaghị asị kwu okwu. Ị gaghị ekwu za ụlọ. Ị gaghị ekwu lo bịa ka ịlụ m. Bịa lụ m. You can't say it. Ma ọ bụ bịa ka m lụ gị. And the village you never can go to because I know that they'll be sounding gibberish. As much as ihe ndị ọzọ niile ya ahụ kwuru nwere ike ịbụ Igbo ka ọ bụ, you cannot. That is why we are talking about the lexical state of the word. The verb is one Igbo word that behaves this way. I can't think of any other aspect of Igbo language that behaves this way. And I want you to know this as an Igbo learner. The verb is a very manipulative aspect of the grammar. In Igbo language, the verb is so dynamically flexible, adjustable. It can take any shape, and whatever shape that comes in, know that what is at work there is Mgbakwunye. The Mgbakwunye is a very high-level influencer of the verb. It makes the verb get the potential into action, and then both of them will join hands and break the walls of grammar. This is a story of the verb and the affixes in Igbo language. Thank you for listening. All right. Yawa bụ ịgba mbọ ka m ji ụzọ niile dị iche iche kọwatara anyị ihe anyị na-agaje ịhụ. The verb is also, as most dynamic as it is, also one of the very difficult aspects of the language to understand as far as Igbo is concerned. But ọ ya nwa ji mma jiji. Ị bụrụ nwa afọ Igbo kwesịrị ịma okwu a na-asị na ọ bụ gị nwa ji mma jiji. Ojiji jide mma. Ndị egwu na-akụ ya n'egwu. You may have heard that. Ojiji ji mma. Means now you hold yam, now you hold knife. Anybody where you cut give, now that person nine happy, because now you be the owner of now you be the giver at that moment. Okay, right. So you cannot use the verb in this very way they are. Next week we are going to see how the verb must be adapted for it to be used. And even if it's just one word command, it must accept the accompaniment, which is affix. Now, I will use the next few minutes to answer whatever question anybody has that is either related or unrelated. But while I do that, I just want to let us know that this is Igbo Literacy Project brought to you by Omenka app. Omenka app is focused on preserving Igbo language and culture. For us to preserve, we are documenting. And while we're documenting, we preserve and then we teach, we educate. So that's why we created the literacy aspect. This is coming from our own research, finding out that lots and lots and lots of Igbo sons and daughters born, growing up today in several places outside of Igbo land are losing the language, losing the connection with the language, and by extension, the culture. And this is the reason we are encountering many identity crises on social media today. So we are looking at the fact that social media has increased the occurrence of identity crisis among Igbo sons and daughters. Social media has as well created the opportunity for this kind of connection that we are having here. So if you have this device that is serving us good, the bad, and ugly, what we are trying to do is to maximize the good, to reduce the bad and the ugly. Igbo people are being battered online by other people, all of those propaganda, nonsensical propaganda going on. It has not stopped the Igbo from being who they are, but we are seeing this chipping away identity of young Igbo people. So many of them are dancing to the tune of what people say about Igbo because of their disconnect with their language. When you are not able to relate with what the language of your identity, cultural identity is all about, you are bound to have a disconnect, and you are bound to be lured, to be distracted by the noise on social media of what people think of you, of what people think of your people. Igbo is one of the most ancient people on earth, one of the most lucrative, one of the most industrious, one of the most amiable people on earth. If you have not related with other people, you will not know. So I'm saying this because if you are an Igbo born and you have not come to the realization of who you are as an Igbo, this is an opportunity we are creating for you. You need to go to school. This is a school. You need to come and learn your identity. We are not making it up. We are saying it the way it is. Even if you ask Google about the originality of Igbo, Google will take you to Igbo artifacts dated far back BC. And so many more archaeological artifacts that suggest the ancientness of the Igbo, both the language and the people and the culture. And this is also one of the reasons it took Britain 30 plus years to conquer Igbo land. It was after conquering Igbo land that they decided to create Nigeria. 30 plus years. No other tribe, no other community, no other kingdom in Nigeria gave them as much headache as the Igbo people gave them. But we are losing it so much. So many of our parents are giving birth to us outside of Igbo land, not caring in any way to teach us the language, pursuing money. So if you are one of those here, you have a work to do to inculturate yourself. It is your duty. And we do not say it with mincing words. We put it on you that it is now your responsibility to inculturate yourself. We are providing this platform. We have created Omenka app. It's available. The app is still a work in progress. It's working. Thank you, DJ Empress. I appreciate you so much. If we do not do what we're doing passionately the way we're doing it, we cannot win us back. Our passion is to win us back. We're losing it. Young people are speaking less and less of the language, getting the more disconnected from the cultural identity. This is bad. It is a bad omen, it's a bad sign. Let's join hands and change it, not only for yourself, but also for others that you know, your brother, sister, friends. Drop the blame game of your parents. Pick up the responsibility of you standing up to it and say, yes, my parents did not teach me, but I'm not going to stay there. You have to become religious about it. If you do not become religious about it, you will not make any move. You see why, how you people are making me to speak plenty grammar? Because if I say all I'm saying in Igbo, I will not communicate well with the base of my class. I don't want to lose you. So if it means me using English to speak you, to teach you Igbo, fine, let's do it. But then you have to get reconnected. And this is your opportunity. So if you have identified this class today, this is your first time, what will make you not to be in this class tomorrow? In fact, gị bụ onye mbụ. Ịma na class a na-agba onye mbụ ndị ga-ebu ụzọ abịa class. Achọrọ m ka ị gbaa onye mbụ na class n'izu na-abịa abịa. Please. That's what I'm using these few minutes to emphasize. Then if you need one-on-one class, we are available. Catch us on www.i-hub.org. And we are still working to create more communities like people are suggesting to us. We will do that. And then when we do, we bring the link here, you join. But currently we have Igbo Literacy Project class for the very younger people learning with us and their parents. Biko ụmụafọ Igbo, unu chọọ ka anyị gboro n'ikpere n'ala, anyị ga-egburu n'ikpere n'ala. Nweenụ mmasị ịmụta Igbo. Let this anomaly not continue. If your father did not introduce you, break the jinx, break the curse. Start with yourself. Chukwu gozie gị nwanne m nwanyị Amaka. Break it. There's so much to learn about yourself when you're learning your language. That's who God made you. You are Igbo first before anything else. Doesn't matter what religion, what other identity you bear. You are Igbo first. Our brothers and sisters who are Black Americans and who are blacks in other countries, they are, you don't see the joy that comes in their life when they are able to do their DNA to identify their Igbo. Propaganda doesn't cut out that. It is not faked. It's real. Up to 100% DNA. Even if it's 80% DNA, it is still full-fledged. 1% is Igbo, not to talk of. When you carry the full DNA of Igbo, and then you spend all your life speaking English or any other language, you don't think that God will ask you a question about that? Great. Let us know, DJ Empress, when you get the result, okay? So please, let this be a very great determination for everybody to make out time to be in this class. One thing our class is very useful for is it applies to very basic learners and applies to fluent speakers. Because many fluent speakers don't know how to write Igbo. They don't. All right. Okay. Thanks for the opportunity of using the few minutes of rounding off to preach to us again. It is interesting. Anama ekele mmadụ niile. All of you that not just stopping by, but stayed put. Ndewo. I appreciate you. Anama ekele unu. Thank you, Usekwu Food, for the dolphin. One of the most intelligent animals is the dolphin. Igbo people are one of the most intelligent. One of the most intelligent species on earth. You can't take it away from us. Thank you, Amaka. Chukwu gozie gị. Oh, ana ekele unu. Ana m ekele ndị niile bịara nke mbụ for the first time today. Ana m ekele ndị niile nyere anyị onyinye amara. Whatever gift you give, God bless you. Udozie Akuchinwe. ị na-eme ka obi na-atọ m ụtọ n'etiti ndị nkụzi Igbo. Na-echi daalụ o. Ana m ekele all of you that kept tapping on the screen for us. Please spread the word. Let next week be much better. People attending class so early. I think next week we might be having a conversation. DJ Empress, thank you so much. Yes, next week I think we should be having an open conversation. I'll be taking your questions about your problems or efforts towards learning Igbo. I think that's what I'm going to be doing next week. Thank you, last one. Yeah, I think that's what I should have done today, but we'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, next week. Yeah, Amaka, taa bụ mbụ ị na-abịa. Ka Chukwu gọzie unu niile. I gotta go now before my wife will start looking for me with a lantern, even though she's here. All right, darling, God bless you all. Last born, I'm going to see you later.